Standing for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Built upon the shoulders of the Constitution, rule of law, and the animating principle that we are all created equal. I need to hear a hallelujah, though I'm not considered a believer by some. I still believe in the warmth of heaven come. I need the rapture I feel when my feet touch the green, green grass of home. Then I know I have reached the valley of kingdom come. And when I reach that valley, I need to see you there, because we don't need a kingdom, we only need free air. We don't seek a king, we seek the brotherhood of man, and we won't fight for bondage, as we need no king or woman. We will stand undivided, because we will raise the fallen. Now I need to hear a hallelujah as we tear down the wall there. The divide between heaven and earth, as tears turn to mirth, as we walk through the valley of death, and I draw my last breath. I know rapture I feel when I touch the green, green grass of home. Then I know I've reached the hollow where my ancestors roam.
This past Wednesday, the government put out a report. Inflation, the price of damn near everything, had climbed to 4.2% over the past year, the highest in 3 years, the third month in a row that it went up. And a reporter asked the president of the United States if he was worried about it, about what it's doing to your grocery bill, to the gas pump. You know what he said? 3 words. I love the inflation. He loves the inflation. I love it. Now, I'm a fiscal conservative, a real one, the kind that grew up where a dollar had to last. So when I hear the leader of the self-proclaimed party of fiscal responsibility cheer the highest inflation in 3 years, the same week his Pentagon asks Congress for $80 billion more for a war hardly anybody wanted, I've got to say it plain, y'all. The folks running up the biggest bills in American history are calling themselves conservatives. And friends, they are not conserving a thing. Let's talk about it.
I have seen.
Welcome to the Hillbilly Think Tank with Spencer Keck. I am the educated hillbilly. And no, that's not an oxymoron. Don't call me a moron. There have been educated, erudite, and emancipated hillbillies in Kentucky ever since my kith and kin came through the Cumberland Gap with Daniel Boone and the Long Hunters. And what were they coming through the gap for? Their quest to find life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness here. I'm Spencer Keck, retired Navy doc, combat veteran, current public school teacher, and candidate for magistrate on the Hardin County Fiscal Court, District 3. And today's word is conserve, as in conservative, as in the people who claim that word are doing the exact opposite of it. The bill nobody's conserving. Let's do the arithmetic because numbers don't have a party at all. The White House has asked for a defense budget of $1.5 trillion. That's not a trim. That's a nearly 50% increase over this year, reported by the Associated Press. And then on top of that $1.5 trillion, the Pentagon went to senators this week and said it needs roughly $80 billion more, mostly to pay for the war against Iran. A war, let's be honest, that very few Americans ever asked for. Even Republican senators are balking. One Democrat said he hasn't found a soul who wants to fund it. Now, you cannot call yourself the party of fiscal responsibility, the deficit hawks, that we can't afford it crowd, and then write the single largest military checks in the history of the Republic and start a war of choice that runs the tab even higher. That's not conserving. That's the opposite of conserving. That's a man with your credit card at the mall telling you he's very disciplined. And here's who pays the interest on all of it. You do. At the register. That inflation report I opened with, 4.2%. The government says energy prices drove more than 60% of that increase. And why did energy spike? Because the war shut down the Strait of Hormuz, where a huge share of the world's oil moves. Gas right now is running around $4.15, $4.50 a gallon, roughly $1 more than a year ago. That's money out of every Hardin County pocket, every single fill up. So when the president says, I love the inflation, understand what the family at the pump in Elizabethtown hears. I love the thing that's emptying your wallet. No surprise, an economist / YouGov poll this month found 63% of Americans disapprove of how he's handling the economy. That's not a Democrat number. That's damn near everybody. So you don't believe he said it? We got to always make sure we fact check.
Because as soon as this war is over, you know, I can say it now. Something you didn't know. Do you know we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil? Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran, until right now. And I said, you know, the bad part is the stock market will go down by a lot based on predictions of experts, like 25%. And it was worth it to me.
All about the stock market. Anybody here got all their money divvied up there and invested in the stock market? I know I just barely can afford to put some, gas in the mower.
It was worth it not to have a nuclear weapon. And the other thing is that oil would go to $250 a barrel. It's at 85.
Can you
inflation to come down between now
Oh, when the war is over,
Yes.
it's coming down.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a
No, I
headwind
love it.
for
The
Republicans
numbers were
to try
great.
and hold
You know what I
the House
really
and
love?
Senate?
I love the inflation. You know why? Because as soon
He loves the inflation. You heard him say it right there, right out of the horse's mouth, or the horse's, whatever you want to talk about it and call it. He loves it. Now, when have you ever heard a president of the United States say that he loves inflation? Well, but here's what turns a spending problem into a grift problem. While the deficit balloons and your costs climb, watch where some of that money was pointed. Back in May, the Justice Department, run by Todd Blanche, who used to be the president's personal defense lawyer, announced a fund, $1,776 million, $1.8 billion, near enough, named after 1776 to make it sound patriotic. And its purpose? To pay compensation to people who claimed they were targeted, the president's allies. When asked, the department would not rule out that it could even pay people who stormed the Capitol on January 6. Taxpayer money to political friends. And this isn't me calling it a scandal. The courts called it. A federal judge, a Clinton-appointed named Leonie Brinkema, blocked the fund. Republicans like Tom Tillis and Todd Young revolted against it. The Department of Justice said it would drop the plan, though tellingly, when the judge asked them to swear that off in writing under oath, they wouldn't sign. Make of that what you will. That's one. Layer on the rest that journalists document daily. The family's crypto venture, World Liberty Financial, the president reportedly buying up shares in companies right after meeting with them. House Oversight, Democrats' own corruption tracker, estimates the president and his family have pulled in something like $2.5 billion from various digital schemes since he took office. Now, I looked that up and tracked it on air. You see the shape of it? The deficit explodes. Your prices climb, and a connected few get rich. That is the least conservative thing I can imagine. There is nothing conservative about that. Now, where's the line? You know I draw it honest. So here's the other side, and it deserves a real hearing. When the president said, "I love the inflation," his defenders and some conservative outlets say Democrats clipped the quote. And they've got a point worth hearing. Read in full, He wasn't celebrating your grocery bill. He was arguing the spike is temporary, that the war caused it, that he claims a secret operation kept oil from hitting $250 a barrel, and that prices will, his words, come down like a rock once the war ends. So the steelman this is a short-term energy-driven bump. Core inflation is milder and it eases when the fighting stops. That's a fair argument, and I'll represent it fairly. But weigh it honestly, the way you'd weigh anything. Maybe prices fall after the war, but comes down like a rock is a promise, not a fact. And even his own energy secretary said he wasn't aware of the oil operation the president bragged about. Meanwhile, the higher price isn't a promise. It's real. It's now. And a family in Hardin County is paying it this week, not in some rosy after. And let me be just as fair in the other direction, because honesty cuts both ways. Reckless spending is not only a Republican sin. Both parties have run up debt. Both have insiders who do well. What I'm calling out today isn't a team. It's a betrayal of a word. And you don't have to take it from me. Marjorie Taylor Greene, about as MAGA as it gets, said the president's "I love the inflation" line handed the Democrats a great big campaign ad. When she's saying it, this isn't partisan, it's just true. Because fiscal responsibility was never supposed to be a slogan you put on a yard sign. It's a discipline. It means you watch every dollar like it's your own, because it is. It means you don't borrow for vanity, and you don't steer contracts to your friends, and you sure as hell don't cheer while working folks get squeezed. All right, time to bring it to Hardin County. So let me bring this all the way home, because this is exactly the job I'm asking you for. I'm running for a seat on the Fiscal Court. The words right there in the name. And I am telling you that the people in Washington who wear conservative like a costume have forgotten what it means. But I haven't. Out here, a dollar is still a dollar. We can't print money. We can't love the inflation. When the country spends, its spending is yours. And somebody had better be watching it like a hawk. Same with the county. When the county spends, that money is yours, and it better be watched like a hawk. And that's what I'm asking you to allow me to do. That's the contrast I want you to hold. In Washington, $1 trillion budgets, $80 billion for a war few wanted, a slush fund for the connected, and a shrug at your grocery bill. What I'm offering in District 3 is the opposite of all of it. Read the budget line by line. Put contracts out for open, competitive bids so the best honest price wins. Ask every single time, can we actually afford this? And who profits? That's conserving. That's what the word is supposed to mean. Look it up in the dictionary. As a Navy doc and a combat vet, I'll close with this. It's personal to me as I watch $80 billion go out the door for a war of choice while folks at home and veterans go without. Right? We all know a veteran. We are one, or you're married to one. You have a parent that's one. This is a veteran-centric county. We love our vets here. We take care of them. And yet, throwing $80 billion to a war nobody asked for and whose objectives were not met, when we're going to pay $300 billion of our tax money to repair the country that we said we had to bomb to get rid of nuclear weapons, that where are they? We're not getting any guarantee that they're going to show them to us at all. So I didn't serve so that a connected few could get rich while the family down the road can't cover a fill up. I believe in thrift. I believe in stewardship. I believe that being trusted with the public's money is damn near sacred at every level, from that gold ballroom all the way down to the Hardin County Government Center. So that's the charge I'll bring to that room, and the one I'd ask you to bring to every person who wants your vote. Don't tell me you're conservative. Show me you can conserve. Show me you'll guard the people's money like it's the last dollar in your own pocket. Because for a whole lot of families right now, it just about is. And we know it. So, everybody, we've got to think about this, and we've got to act on this. All right, y'all. You know, I'm Spencer Keck, the educated hillbilly, and this has been the Hillbilly Think Tank. Come to a fiscal court meeting. Bring your hardest question. Whether I earn your vote or not, I'll work the question out with you. I'll see you there. Keep thinking deeply. And remember, in Kentucky, united we stand, divided we fall isn't just words on a flag, y'all. It's the glue that holds all of us together. Because if we love our neighbors as ourselves and recognize that, yes, we are our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper, then we cannot be divided and we will not fall. Remember, everyone deployed overseas, and bless your corazón. That's Spanish for heart. And if y'all have some time, I wrote a new song last night. I'm going to drop it here right now just for y'all, because you all are special. Thanks for tuning in. And y'all, let's keep on keeping on together, because we can make it through it together and together only. All right, here's the new drop.
I have seen the dream of MLK come true. I have seen Martin's dream of justice alive and well. When at Thanksgiving my family sits down to break bread together with folks of many different races, ethnicities, religions. My family sees Martin's dream, and we only judge people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have seen the dream of MLK come true. I have trusted my life in the hands of many, a black brother, a brown brother, and an immigrant brother in the military, and they have saved my life countless times. I saw Martin's dream alive and well. Many times my destiny was tied with my brother's destiny as we served our America in combat overseas. We did not care what color of skin our warriors' brothers had, what adult sexual partner our warrior brothers had, or what religion they practiced or did not practice. Martin said, It must not lead us to distrust all white people, for many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. Tasted the bittersweet taste of freedom as I held wounded warriors of America, both in battle. And when they returned home for treatment, I knew then and I know now, freedom is not cheap. But I heard it ring loud and clear, even after the battle smoke cleared. This made true to me what Martin said. When we allow freedom to reign, when we let it ring from every city and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing, in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Great God Almighty, we are free at last. So brothers and sisters, I have seen the dream made us so great. Why would we shut out this dream from our midst now? I was told by another leader that America is the land of opportunity, but we see these opportunities dying with our dreams. Why America? Why would we let the dream die when we were near the top of the mountain and had the whole world wanting to be us, brothers and sisters? It is so much better to be loved and respected. That is real power. Now, we want to be the feared bully of our own people and other nations. In the past, I heard fools say they hate us because they ain't us. Now I say the rest of the world doesn't want to be us anymore. The rest of the world thinks we have lost our minds, and we are the dangerous neighbors that will rob them in their sleep. This is not Martin's dream.
Copycats and the better weather, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you're having a great week so far. And hopefully Mexico's winning right now. I'm going to rush back upstairs and find out. But y'all, again, thanks for tuning in.
I've seen the dream of MLK come true. I've seen Martin's dream, justice alive in the world when at Thanksgiving my family sits down to break bread together with folks of many